There once was a kingdom, the kingdom of Did. 'Twas neighboured by Dundertree, Didn't, and Skid, and ruled by King Derwin, and so the tale told. He rocked the land's socks with his long locks of gold. When he strolled through the country, all the people did bow and remove their hats in a royal cowtown, until one day in Did what the people did wouldn't, as a boy, poor and plain, tried to obey, but couldn't.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Da-da-da, 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 da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da, 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 da-da-da-da-da.
His name was Bartholomew Cubbins the First. He wasn't the last, though he may be the worst.
Hey!
At taking his hat off, if nothing more. Staying put while I recite the relevant lore.
Sorry.
In the beginning, Bartholomew Cubbins didn't have 500 hats. At least I'm pretty sure he didn't.
I could check for you.
No, freeze where you are. He only had one hat. It was an old one that belonged to his father, and his father's father, and his father's father's father before him. But Bartholomew liked it.
I've always thought it's best to choose comfort over style, especially when you're poor and have to pick blackberries for a living.
Did someone just say it's best to choose comfort over style?
Of course not, sire.
Merciful mungbeans of Dundertree. I have the strangest dreams sometimes, Captain.
I'm well aware, sir. You tell me all about them.
This is the throne room of His Royal Highness King Derwin Frederick Douglas Wilfred the 12th, thrice removed. His hobbies include threatening to remove people's elbows and taking long walks in the countryside. With royal escort, of course.
You know, Captain, I'm growing tired of this mountain life. Every day, glorious, breathtaking views from a comfortable, non-assassinatable distance. Don't get me wrong, they make me feel important, like a spice miner in Dundertree, or that woman my father hired to hold up the sky, or the greatest king in all the lands, which of course is me. But I need some danger every once in a while.
Danger, Your Majesty?
Yes, danger.
I could arrange to have you kidnapped, sir.
No, by Fred, that won't do, not at all. I don't mean something really dangerous. I need something more fun. Let's go out into town and survey all the peasants. They're bound to be in some sort of trouble.
Are you going to help them, sir?
No, of course not. I'm the king. I'll go out there and do what kings do best. Supervise. And watch as all the commoners take their hats off to me.
Well, no one quite wears a hat like you, sir.
Of course not. When I'm around, no one dares wear a hat at all.
Bow down to your king! Perform the royal kowtow!
Moo. Your Royal Highness?
Make way for the king!
Couldn't we just stop for a moment, please?
No stopping! Stopping is for peasants and ferry boats and periods at the end of sentences.
And question marks and exclamation marks, too.
We make sure not to end your sentence with a preposition, for...
Hats off to the king! Wait. Go back. Well?
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 I think the town well is just across the street there, Your Majesty.
That's not what I mean, insolent town person. When you are in front of the king, do you or do you not take your hat off? Well?
Sorry, I didn't think or know that you were done talking.
You see, sire, I think you needed to end that sentence with a preposition. If you'd ended with...
Enough, Alaric. Young boy, would you please take your hat off? Take it off!
But I did.
And what do you call that thing on your head?
Hair?
It's a hat, my friend.
Somebody must have put it there.
I don't care how it got there. Take it off! By my luscious locks of gold!
The king needs to see you in his throne room.
His throne room?
If I were you, I'd take your hat off.
But you aren't me.
Well, that changes things. Would you mind taking it off anyway? I'd rather your hat than my head.
I'll try.
Boy, I'll give you one more chance. Will you remove your hat for the king?
Moo?
Try it again. Try it again.
That was 25 hats?
And don't forget the 110 that flew off my head when the captain ran me through town and shook me out in the hall.
Why, that's almost 1,000,000. Alaric, what do you make of this nonsense?
Seems rather serious for nonsense, my liege. If I were you, I would call in an expert on hats.
Seems reasonable. Guards, fetch me Sir Snips.
You called for me, sir?
Yes, please remove this boy's hat.
Must I, sir? It's rather plain.
Is that so?
Yes, I've made hats of cloth of gold and fine silk and ostrich plumes. I've made hats for skiers and for mung bean eaters' wives. This, sir, is the simplest hat I have ever seen.
Well, then it should be very simple for you to take it off.
Your Majesty.
Of him.
No problem.
Good heavens, boy. It seems you found a way to make Sir Snips scream rather squeamishly.
So strange, sire.
Indeed.
I didn't do it.
Your Majesty, I advise you to call upon your wise men.
Good idea, Alaric. Good enough for me to almost call you a wise man. But not quite. Bring in Ned! Oh, Ned, wisest of the wise. Can you take this boy's hat off, his head? Well, then I will get a wiser man. Fetch me the father of Ned. Well, then bring me the father of Ned. Then bring me the father of the father of the father of Ned.
Your Majesty, I don't think that's wise.
Does this mean there is no one in the entire kingdom who can take this hat off this boy's head?
Perhaps I can, Your Majesty. I've been practicing a bit of archery lately, and I believe that...
Oh, don't be absurd, Alaric. If we're going to be playing with arrows, we might as well call in Yeoman the Bowman. He's the finest archer in all the land. He'll shoot that hat right off your head. Yeoman the Bowman, I need you to shoot off this boy's hat.
Black magic.
Black magic, of course. Why didn't I think of this before, Bartholomew? Call the magicians.
Dig a hole 5 furlongs deep. Down to where the night makes creep. Mix and mold the mystic word. Now bathe the tumbler turn.
Oh, stop that useless muttering. I want a chant that will remove this boy's hat.
Think of us, foolishes to play. Head on this demon's head, fly far away.
Demon?
Howl away, howl away, howl away, howl away. Head on this demon's head, step away, creep away, leap away, gleep away, never come back.
Yes, a mighty fine chant. Are you sure it'll work?
Oh.
But there still seems to be a hat on the boy's head. How long will it take for the spell to work?
Be sure, O sire, and have no fears. Our charm will work in 10 short years.
10 years? Away, fools! I want this hat off his head by next Saturday. I can't wait 10 years. Kings don't wait 10 years for anything. I wouldn't wait 10 years for all the spices in Dundaltree, or for a life-size chocolate horse.
If I were the king, I'd chop his head off.
A terrible thought, but it'll have to do. Young man, go up those steps to the executioner's place and tell him to chop off your head.
The king says you're to cut my head off.
Does he? That is him. You seem like such a nice boy.
Well, the king says you have to, so please get it over with.
I take that back. You just ended 2 sentences with prepositions. You deserve to die. All right then. Take off that hat of yours.
Why?
I can't execute you without taking your hat off. It's a rule or something.
I'll try.
What's this?
React.
This won't do. Can't execute you now at all. Off that way. Go.
Derwin!
What are you doing here?
I'm sorry, but my head can't come off. Well, my hat is still on.
Oh,
It's against the rules.
Why was I not informed of this? How many does that make altogether?
What does it matter, sire?
Alaric, I believe I asked you a question.
479, I believe, sire.
Well, then I suppose we'll have to do away with it. Nudge him closer to the edge of the mountain, will you, Alaric?
I suppose I can.
Wait! 480. 481. 482.
And then suddenly, the hats began to change.
Wait,
What? 484. 485. 486. 487. 488. 489. 490. 491. 492. 493. 494. 495. 496. 497. 498. 499.
Should I throw her off the high tower?
Wait, Alaric, stop! That hat is magnificent.
It is?
How many hats was that, Alaric?
I believe it was 500, sire.
500. Will you sell that hat to me for 500 pieces of gold?
Whatever you say, sire. Just don't throw me off the high tower.
I wouldn't dream of it.
Look at me, Your Majesty.
No, look at me. I'm glorious. You know, Cubbins, you're a fine lad. I dare say you might make a good magician.
No, thank you, King Derwin. The magicians scare me terribly.
Well, I agree with that. You know, I think I'd rather have you here by my side. Would you like to serve as my royal page?
I would hate to displease you again.
Serve with me, Bartholomew, and you will have all of the hats and gold you could ever dream of. Having. You know, Bartholomew, that's a fine head of hair you've got there, too. You want to know a secret?
Sure.
I wear a toupee. You look beautiful.